Welcome back to Who Want a Life Sentence. Thank you guys for coming and spending a little time with me. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna put the Cash App up. You know what to do. And if not, just enjoy the show with your ugly ass. So here we go. I had to come and get this therapy in with you guys. This Friday, it's Friday. I gotta give you guys a banger. So here it is. I'm gonna answer a few comments really quick. First of all, to my guy that asked me, my homeboy that asked me, dang, John, you should be running out of stories by now, ain't you? I'm not gonna call you a hater, all right? I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna call you a hater. I'm just gonna answer it. No, I'm not running out of stories. Also, one of my guys in the comments asked me for more Pantherville stories and asked about Lemon Head and Big Nard. I was putting one together, man. I still got that in the making, so I got that coming. But I couldn't find a comment to post it. Anyway, so today I'm gonna tell you guys about Kenneth and Timbe. So we in the county jail, been there for a while, 2 dorms. We got dorm 200, we in dorm 200, you got dorm 300. For the most part, in dorm 200, Black was the house man. He was the one who had been there the longest. He was the biggest, probably the strongest. So he was, I guess you want to call it the leader of 200. I'm gonna keep, for the sake of my boy, because we still close today, I'm gonna keep his name out of it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put his name in it. I'm just gonna call him Low. Low was the same for part 300. He was the vet over there. He had been there the longest. He knew the rules and regulations. He was the house man. He was the go-to man. Probably had the reputation too. He could handle himself the best over there. Black and Low were really tight. So one day they bring in some new people, some new juveniles, Timbe and Kenneth. After talking to them, we realized that they come from Pantherville, and I'm not sure it was said something like their charges weren't bound over to Superior Court and charged as adults like we were, but it was something like Pantherville was too packed and too crowded, so they needed to house some more people somewhere, so they sent those guys down here with us. Kenneth, I actually knew from the street, from the old neighborhood on Renan. We used to play football against each other. And what I remember about him was, for the most part, we were pretty much equal on the football field. It got to we were playing the game, and I was the star player on my team. He was the star player on his team, and the game never ended. Neither one of us had a clear winner, because whenever we got the ball, I would score. Whenever they got the ball, he would score. He couldn't stop me, and I couldn't stop him. But again, we had to be 12 or 13 years old. I always thought he was much older than he was, and he told me that he thought that I was older than I actually was. And which means that for us to meet up in juvenile, like I said, I'm thinking he was 18 or 19, and then he comes to juvenile with us. I'm like, dog, I thought you were older. And he told me, hey, I thought you were older. So I actually knew Kenneth from the street. He used to be up there with Chauncey and them, and I used to try to get with Chauncey's sister, and Chauncey didn't. Anyway, knew Kenneth from the street. Kenneth is come in with Timbe. I don't know if they crime partners together, but they came in to juvenile together. Timbe is this real Black African. He was big, not a lot of muscles, not a lot of cut. He had muscles, not a lot of cut. He was just big. He had a really big head, and he didn't talk much, almost like he was from Africa, and he was afraid to talk much because maybe his accent wasn't right, or maybe because people laugh at the way he talked. So he would only talk when he absolutely needed to. Big old quiet dude. But for the most part, had no problem with him. They had been there about 3 or 4 days. We go to school every day. They call it education. We go to education every day. So one day after education ended at about 2 o'clock. After education, they bring us back to the dorms and they put us in our rooms until shift change. When shift change come, they let us back out of our rooms. And that's how they start second shift. One day, just random, after we come back from education, they put everybody in our room. When we go in our rooms, there's a vent above the toilet, and the vent pretty much connect to every room on the floor. And not only that, you could also hear the next dorm. We could hear the guys in 300 when they were talking scream. We could hear them also. So we could actually get in the vent and hear Low just like he was right here with us. So just random one day, we come back from education, and everybody in the vent talking and they screaming and doing what they do every day. When I come back from education, I take a nap. It's about an hour and a half, 2-hour nap. I do it every day. So this day, for some reason, they calling me to the vent. White boy, white boy. I get up, I go to the vent. Yeah. He like, hey man, this Timbe. I'm like, huh? He said, hey, this Timbe. I'm like, what's up? He say, bro, you got something you want to say to me? Now, I'm confused because I absolutely don't know what he's talking about. I'm still a little fella. He's a huge fella, and we don't know each other and don't have no problems. I know his partner from the street, so that's really like my partner. And I could tell that when they come in, they looking at us as like they not really mending with us. They kind of standoffish with us, but there is no problem. So it was just as simple as this. He was like, you got something you want to say to me? And I told the truth. I was like, no, bro, what you talking about? He was like, oh, it ain't nothing. They just said you had something you want to say to me. And, that happens randomly, just a miscommunication for whatever reason. But, what was going on is, now he's in the other dorm. He's in dorm 300, and he's asking me this. So as he's asking me this, it's going through everybody's vents, so everybody can hear it. Basically, he asking me, do I want to fight? And I'm saying no. But it's when you're in a situation like that, it's not whether or not you want to fight. It's if you were invited to a fight, then the answer is always, hell yeah, I get out. First of all, I didn't understand this. Second of all, like I said, we didn't have a problem. Third of all, I don't want to fight him. So he was like, I was like, nah, bro, I ain't got no, I don't know what you're talking about. He was like, oh, okay. They just said you had something to tell me, that's all. I was like, all right, cool. That was the end of it. It sounded like he was getting out of the vent. I'm talking about, that was the end of it. He didn't go on and on. That was it. My partner Low, who's the leader over there, he got in the vent and said, I know that he felt like, dang, why this nigga confronting my partner like this, you know what I mean, just for no reason. Low get in the vent and say, white boy. I get back in the vent. Yeah. He like, hey man, tell them nigga get it how they live long. Now, I don't know exactly what he's saying. I know he's saying, tell them niggas to get it how they live. But he's saying, get it how they live long. I don't understand. So I say, bro, what you say? He said, tell them niggas, whoever you talking to, man, tell them get it how they live long. I'm like, bro, now again, the situation was already dead. Now I'm like, I'm tripping because I know what he doing. And I even know why. I'm like, little bro. So Timbe get back in the vent. He come back to the vent and he sound calm and quiet. He like, bro, what you say, bro? So Lo was like, nigga, get how you live alone, nigga. He was like, all right, bro. I'll see you when we come out. Lo was like, shit, bet I see you. That was it. Again, this is coming through the whole vent, so everybody hear it. You can't get away from it. Everybody hear this. The next day, we get up and we go to education. And, it's already a little tense because everybody done heard what's going on. Everybody know, we done came out already during we done came out during the day, but we've been in our own dorms. And it's still anticipation because when we go to education, now the dorms are together in the classroom. When we in our dorms, we separated. So we go to education and, we do education, well, I don't know it by everybody, but I'm watching Timbe. He just is calm, and he's so calm to the point where I'm wondering, did they squash it and I didn't know about it? Or, is it not like what I heard, like when they say I see you tomorrow? But I mean, he calm, he don't act out, he don't show no emotion. I even remember at one point the teacher, Miss Grayson or Miss Harrison, asked him to do something. And it was just normal. Can you come and do it? He was like, yes, ma'am. Go and do it real calm, real easy, just like go back and sit down. They always give us a 15-minute break. Man, they take us to the holding tank, like I told you guys before. Man, they take us in the holding tank. As soon as they lock the door, walk away, I'm talking about just like that. Lo turn around, Timbe turn around, and Timbe throw his hands up. As soon as Timbe throw his hands up, Kenneth is on the side. Is on like on one of the benches on the side. He close to the fight, but not real close to it. And he positioned strategically. All of us are in there. Me, Tony, Lo, Black, Chris, everybody in there. So the way Timbe threw up his hands and began creeping forward, you could automatically tell this dude know how to fight. I mean, he got it close, real tight, and I mean a brawler, and he just walking up. And it get to the point where ain't nobody threw no punches. Lo got heels up, but Lo keep backing up. And like throwing like a little slap out there, slapping Timbe hand. And it get to the point where, the holding cell is only about like maybe 12 by 6. So when he back all the way up to the wall, he's slapping his hand. He can't go no more. Timbe like right there all up in his face. They gotta be no further than about 3 feet from each other. And like I said, all of us standing there watching. Man, when Timbe got to throwing them blows, bro, I felt so bad for Lo. Timbe, I'm talking about, listen, he went to putting him out. It looked like Lo tried, but I don't think them were connecting. And all Timbe blows were straight. I'm talking about right, like, I don't want to say like Mike Tyson, but the boy could fight. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, just right there drilling them. And Lo can't move. That was the problem. Lo couldn't move because we in the holding cell and everybody right there. Man, once Timbe do Lo dirty, I mean, listen, this wasn't even a fight. It was an assault. Lo couldn't stand up to the power. You know what I mean? Lo eventually fell, and Timbe he didn't even go in on him. He once there was a clear winner, clear loser, Timbe stopped fighting. So, and again, now I'm in there. I know I'm feeling like a big old pussy because he fighting. He really taking this beating for me. He stood up for me. But at the same time, it was kind of like it was senseless. It was no reason for the fight at all. I didn't want to fight. when Timbe asked me, did I want to fight? I said no. So, again, I didn't jump in. Black in there, he didn't jump in. Then nobody jump in. And Kenneth also told me later that the way he was sitting, he said he was waiting on Tony. He thought Tony was going to jump in. He said he was waiting on Tony to jump in because he was positioned where he could just kick him in the face and then get the rumbling. And I believe he'd have done it. Him and Tony actually, that's old tough ass Tony. They actually got the fighting in the dorm around the ping pong table, and Kenneth ended up chasing them with a ping pong paddle. I got that coming up for y'all, man. Just stay tuned, man. So that was it, man. By the time they came back and opened up the cell and let us come out the break and go back into the classroom, they had to stop class. Lo was already swelling up, and the teacher, they were two old black ladies, Miss Grayson and Miss Harrison. I think both of them went crazy, but one of them, like Miss Grayson, she be tripping. She like, oh my God, oh my, and she looking around and ain't nobody else hurt. You know what I mean? Everybody else normal, but Lo swelling up. He got like blood. It's to the point where you can't hide it. Most times if you get in a little scuffle, you might be red, you might be scratched, your eye might turn black slow, and it won't be no big deal. This boy swelling up and so ugly, so bad, so fast, she called the officer. Officer, it's been an attack, it's been an assault. I ain't gonna lie, it was really an assault, you know what I mean? So she came and she made Lo ain't tell on nobody. He just said something, I don't know, he gave some excuse, but he didn't tell on nobody. They took us back down and locked everybody down, and that was the end of that, man. And nobody ever really got in trouble for the fight. Not that I remember. From the DeKalb County Jail, again, I was also speaking to one of the guys who know BG, D'Angelo, Elder. Now again, even when I say BG, man, he matter of fact, the dude told me, he was like, yeah, man, he should have came home in January. I think he ended up getting in trouble. He's still in there. So from then to now, BG has had the same kind of life. And we should be getting a little up in age now. But BG had the reputation, like I said, he was from Glenwood and he was a Crip. And see, when I first came, they were playing a trick on me. They were like, look, I think it was Pop. He said, you see Shawty right there? I was like, yeah, just a normal looking kid. He said, I bet you won't go up to him and call him Youngblood. I'm like, huh? He said, I bet you won't go up to him and call him Youngblood. Now, I know that this is stupid, but I'm also thinking, what's the worst that could happen? He's challenging me. Everybody hear it. You know what I'm saying? What's the worst that could happen? I go up to him. He's sitting right there. I'm like, hey, Youngblood, you want that milk? BG said, huh? I said, you want that milk? He said, what you call me? I said, Youngblood. Man, he got up, grabbed his fork, and just started coming towards my way. I started backpedaling, and when I noticed he wasn't slowing down and he looking dead in my eyes, I turned around and hauled ass. I started running around the table. We in the chow hall in YDC in Wrightsville. I started running around the tables. He coming behind me with the knife, and I absolutely believe that this little guy is trying to stab me. He chased me around by 4 tables, and the officers jumped in front of him. They grabbed the fork from him, and he's screaming, ah, la, la, la. But that was because he was a Crip, and he didn't want, you couldn't say no kind of blood to him, no kind of blood attached to his name, nothing blood, nothing blood. So, and as they screaming and doing that, I'm out of breath. I'm looking at, I think it was Pac them that sent me on that mission. I'm looking at him, and he laughing like hell. He knew Charlotte was gonna go crazy, right? So anyway, that's introduction to BG. Anyway, so when we gonna get in YDC, we ran there. I don't know, for some reason I was telling the story one day. I can't remember how it come up, but I'm telling the story one day, the same one I just told y'all, and BG say, man, you talking about that nigga Timbe? I said, yeah. And, of course, this is not a normal name. So when you hear it, we talking about the same person. He like, man, bro, we were whooping Timbe ass in Metro. I'm like, huh? He like, bro, that nigga a pussy. And I'm thinking, because at this point, BG is smaller than me, and I know that I can whoop him, but I was running from him because he had a knife. I mean, it's because he had a fork. But, he's just a little young wild dude. I'm like, man, whatever. Because I seen this dude fight. I seen him fight my partner, and my partner can fight. I know he ain't no chump off. And I seen this man, what he could do face to face. BG like, man, that man a pussy. We were whooping his ass. Everybody whooped Timbe in Pantherville and Metro. I'm like, bro, it can't be, bro. Ain't the same. Ain't the same. We can't be talking about the same person. Man, you talking about that black ass, soft ass, pussy ass, African ass nigga? I'm like, yeah, bro. He black, he a African, he bald head. He got, man, that nigga a bitch. All right, cool. And me and Shawty almost had it out one time because I can't remember, some kind of way, something came up somewhere else, and someone like asked me about Timbe, and they were like, it was a situation where they were like, ask Shawty, and I was like, they were like, hey, and now that I think about it, it could have been a setup, but they were like, such about Timbe, and I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, Shawty, he good, he can throw hands. And soon as I said that, I ain't even see BG, but he come out of nowhere. Man, these niggas still talking about Timbe pussy ass. I'm like, bro, listen, I wasn't talking to you, and they asked me a question. Man, that nigga a bitch, bro. Y'all nigga couldn't handle that nigga in the county. Y'all nigga was some hoe. And but Shawty was just like that, young, wild, dumb. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure he's still the same way now. So yeah, man, that was pretty much the end of that one. That was pretty much the end of that one. I was gonna put up a picture of BG. Like I said, he still kind of troublesome. Anyway, listen, I appreciate you guys for coming in, tapping in with me, man. Let me get this stuff off my chest. I really be wanting to get them out because we getting older and I forget them, you know what I mean? And if I had something like this to lay it out and do it like, man, it's really, really therapeutic. I thank you guys. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'm be coming with some more. I'll see y'all tonight. Oh, and hit that Cash App too. Thank you.